Okay, so we're going to talk about parallel lines and transversals today, which is going to build off of the vocabulary that you did yesterday, and this will be much quicker. So the first thing is that corresponding angles, which are shown here with the red arc marks, are going to be congruent, right? They're in the same place along parallel lines. So if the lines are parallel, then corresponding angles will be congruent. And remember that those arrows mean that the lines are parallel. Using that, we can show that alternate interior angles, you can see that Z there, that alternate interior angles are also congruent. And I'm going to go through and show you how you can prove that because I'm going to ask you to do another one later. So the first thing I'm going to do is label these angles so that I can talk about them easily. So I can say that since the lines are parallel, because these arrows here, I know that angles 2 and angle 3 are going to be congruent because corresponding angles of parallel lines are congruent. And if angles 2 and 3 are congruent, so I'm going to use the fact that, so I know that 3 and 1 are also congruent because they're vertical angles. And now I know that 2 is congruent to 3 and 3 is congruent to 1. So angles 1 and 2 have to be congruent. And that is using that deductive reasoning to prove this situation. Oops. Okay, so consecutive interior angles, these are going to be supplementary. And again, I'm going to show you how we can prove that. Where if I have this is 1, and I'll make this one be 2 and this one be 3, right? These are parallel lines, so I know that angles 1 and 2 are congruent. I know that angles 2 and 3 are a linear pair, so they have to be supplementary. And if 1 and 2 are the same, and 2 and 3 are supplementary, then I can substitute 1 in for 2, so 1 and 3 would be supplementary. Okay. Alternate alternate exterior angles. Those are also going to be congruent. And this one I'm going to have you prove. So I'm going to have you write a proof to show how those angles would be congruent. And then I would like you to know. So measure of angle 2 is 88 degrees. And I want you to find 6 and 5, the measures of those, and then justify it. So here I know that if angle 2 is 88 degrees, then angle 6 also has to be 88 degrees because they're corresponding angles. And then I know that 5 is going to be 92 degrees because they have to add up to 180 degrees. Okay, and so I want you to use the information that you have to find the value of x. Okay, and in this picture, I know that the 89 degrees here is, I also know since that this is going to be 89 because those are corresponding angles, which means this one has to be 91. And then I can set up an equation to find the value of x because 5x minus 24 equals 91.